I'm holding court, you standing trial. Why ain't I see you around back when
11 years old, your father passes, the
Mm-hmm.
late great Easy E. Take us to that. Like, what was that? What was the day like? Do you remember the day that you know what I'm saying? They came and told you, hey, something's not
Yeah.
right with your dad.
Yeah. Because it was numb. I remember
Hmm.
it because I just thought about it the other day. It was numb because it was so many different false times that they said he did pass away. So it was numb. Like I just seen him less than a week ago because I was there when he went through the last surgery where we wasn't talking from that point on no more. So I was there that day, and that was probably the most worst day there. Just seeing him with tubes and stuff in his mouth, and then he can act like he can move or say something, then he's crying. And to see your father cry is just Mighty Mouse to me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Superman.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I see
Yeah.
him crying, I'm breaking down crying like
Yeah.
something ain't right.
Yeah.
And because people say is like, how do you feel this way of difference? Because he was talking to like me, you talking to me, and
Hmm.
joking just like you joking,
Hmm.
laughing, won't McDonald's, won't all
Hmm.
this. My grandma trying to tell him not to eat McDonald's because the coughing it was too heavy on him, and he just a chilling. And we gonna come back the next day, and he's gonna have this surgery that's gonna help it with leakage in his lungs. And now that's when no more talking,
Hmm.
and no more just like, and then the strength of you look like you there and you
Hmm.
trying to get up and out, but and as a kid, you wondering like he can't because he got that thing in his mouth.
Right.
So like, take that out. He get up and tell me what he got to tell me, or like, are you okay? So it's psychologically, that's what my memory is. You feel
Yeah.
that? And then that was the worst day. Then we went home that night, and then from that time in less than a week, we got a lot of calls like, oh, they did this, oh, they did pulled this, oh, they pulled this. So when it finally happened, like, hey, we're gonna go to the hospital.
Hmm.
I was with his oldest brother, my uncle Kenny. Like we're gonna go to the hospital. But first, we're gonna go by your sister's house. I mean, your mom's house. It's your sister. So then she's tripping, and then when she's tripping, I'm knowing like this shit must be serious because now everybody got this call, and everybody over here. So and she was tripping on. She was on a roof, or not a roof, a staircase, wanted to jump off, and all this and the other. So it was numb until I went home. We went to the hospital. We went all that. Then I went home with my grandmother, back to my grandma where I'm at, and then everybody left, and I walk in, and then it was pain. It was like it hurt.
Yeah.
Then you got to think, like I told you, we buried him April 7th, and it's like,
Hmm.
you remember April 23rd, he's always coming or picking me up from school. It's my
Hmm.
birthday, so it's always something, and it's like, shit, it's reality. Like,
At 11, you felt the gravity of that loss. You understood
yeah,
what was going
yeah,
on.
and most kids, even kids now, you understand as far as in just like the significance of when
Yeah.
he coming and he's not there.
Yeah.
It's like, shit, like,
Did you
damn,
see did you see any signs of him being ill before
nope,
then?
nope, nope.
Wow, so it was no weight loss, no nothing
I
other
mean,
than
now
his
when you
cough.
cough because when we was there and that's what he was
Hmm.
in there for when we
Hmm.
were here. Now as you grow up as a man and I go back and I look at pictures, you can see a significant weight loss, and then
Hmm.
you get history of what was going on and what was what and what
Hmm.
was that,
Hmm.
and in the time period of being it, what I mean, what was going on
Hmm.
in his life. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there at that time, thinking about it, no, as a kid, you did not
Hmm.
see nothing different. And
Right.
then I'm telling you, as far as in just the day before the surgery, I completely didn't see nothing different as far as in a person that's sick,
Right.
because he's the same old, my
Yeah.
pops, joking, we'll do, laughing, being up.
Yeah.
And then, so nah, as a kid back then, is to physically see him, no, we couldn't physically see it.
Do you think that I always wondered this. Do you think that E knew he was sick before then, or did he find out that he was ill when he went in? Like they like, hey, this cough is from something else. Do you think
Um,
he knew, or do you think he had no idea?
that's a good question. The cough, I couldn't say was a significance because I didn't know that he did, you know,
He suffered from the asthma.
yeah, he did,
Yeah.
and he did have that back then, and he smoked.
Hmm.
So what I mean, despite of how that could be, you feel what I mean,
Hmm.
and with some people, you feel what I mean, it's just like it can kind of brush it off, or it is
Hmm.
what it is, or I'm going through a little situation. But
Yeah.
me myself knowledge when I told myself, hey, as far as and if you never accept that the fact that that's what it was,
Yeah.
would he have told nobody somebody? No. You feel what I
Okay.
mean? Like, no, I don't think so. And
Yeah.
and that person that I feel like he would have told would have been the person that he's closest to, which is his mother, my grandmother.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I felt like it'd have been significance of that because there's a lot of things that was told
Yeah.
to her that what I mean wasn't previewed to the world or to
Yeah.
anybody that
Right.
we know was going on
Right.
that people might have seen in a movie. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So that
Right.
we know what the truth or when it happened
Yeah.
because we know. So it was a lot of close things that he would have, and the main thing it would have been his mother and his father that he
Right.
would have said something to.
Yeah, because once I got older, the funny thing about it, bro, when it happened, shit, it hit me like I knew
Yeah.
him personally.
Yeah.
I remember just being, devastated, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even, to an extent, you kind of check your own mortality of what you're doing. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And but I always thought, I was like, man, I wonder if it was like maybe if he possibly knew but just didn't take it serious or didn't process really what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, because sometimes you could be like, it ain't shit. It ain't.
Yeah, and then in a point, and then back then, it a lot of men, I'd say a lot of us because I was young in that age, but a lot of men was living a life. You know what I mean? You got stories that I hear about all the fun they were having. You feel
For sure.
what I'm saying? It's
For
just
sure.
some individuals that are their most famous stars that had a scare. You know what I'm saying? And we're nervous. I'm not gonna put their names out there.
Yeah, for
you know what I
sure.
mean? But big stars, big movie stars.
For
you know what I'm
sure.
saying?
For
That
sure.
them and their other half was, on a nervous point because of the lifestyle that people lived back then that. You know what I mean? The Jimmy hat wasn't just we gonna do it. And even now, you just like reverted to the 80s.
Right.
Shit, most of these
Hey.
I don't know how motherfucking condoms are selling. You know what I mean?
Listen,
I guess it's some safe people.
The stock is way down on condoms.
Right.
Yeah, the stock, you know what I'm saying? Like, what?
You see these motherfuckers with these masks on. I'm like, but you raw dog everything.
Man,
You wearing a mask. Come on, stop it.
So, you know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? So, even like I said, it's crazy how it is now. But back then, so it wasn't not thought of in that situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially in our community. Because he opened a lot of people's eyes.
He definitely did.
Yeah.
And even the eyes that he opened took the path that he took. So it makes it a little bit more mysterious to where all of the individuals that worried about something really should have been. Why? Because I can't, I just gonna be real. I don't think it's no people that Pops didn't throw a dart on.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie to you.
Right.
I ain't gonna put no names out there, but as you get older, wow, Daddy, what?
Yeah.
I fantasize about her. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And what movie? You know what I mean? So, and I was just, astonished, but he crossed paths with a lot that are crossing paths and are safe.
Yeah.
You feel what I mean? And to me, I look at it like this. Look on the other side of the flip of the coin. You feel what I mean? Say if it wasn't that.
Yeah.
Isn't that the easiest thing to sit here and put on somebody?
Right.
Because why? You're cow count per se.
Yeah.
Cow count. You out here doing your do.
Right.
You care about just women, this, that, and the other. It's the easiest thing to do it.
But this the thing, Edo. I'm gonna tell you now. Yes, that's true. But the flip side of that, bro, is this is why to me it seems a little suspicious because there's not one motherfucker that has ever come forward to say, "Hey,
ever.
you know what I'm saying?"
Or my sister, who's
That's
only 26
what
years
I'm
old.
saying. So how is it that you have this one person that dies from this, but he's birthed kids, he's had women, he has a wife, he has this, but he the only one sick?
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
Mistresses, other people doing
that doesn't make sense.
None of it. That doesn't.
That's the part that makes me say.
And that was the flip side of the coin. I was telling you, is it didn't have any angle to line up. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the eyes that he did open up is, like I said, is the eyes that actually was in the same path of not seeing a lot of and doing a lot of things that he was doing.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And everybody to sit there and be square biz and safe and straight with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you come around and now you look on the negative side to say, hey, well, it looked just like it was just an easy thing to pin on the end of it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Then it ate him up so fast.
Yeah.
He had money. You feel what I'm saying? I just quite a bit close to money at that time back then is Magic Johnson. You feel what I'm saying? So you would think like, hey, well, where was the situations or the help to sit here and get him straight? How did they just sit here and uplead, just attack him?
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the thing that we hold on.
So you think it's a conspiracy, basically?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always going to live with that.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, only the good Lord knows what happened to my father, but I could not sit there and say, hey, that this disease attacked him and killed him that fast. There's not going to be a time that I sit here and live with that.